Hello guys, welcome again to today's video. If this is your first time coming to my channel, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, and make sure you keep on watching the channel. So I'm not at the farm today. But I'm still going to make this video. So today we are going to be looking at pig farming versus goat farming. Which one is more profitable? I know most of you will be like, should I do two of them or should I just choose one? Both of them are good though. They are all good. But you know, there are some little differences which I'm going to explain in this video. So I'm going to look at this. I'm going to make this comparison in 5 categories. Number 1 is buying stock per head. Buying initial stock per head. That's the stock you're going to raise at your farm. The next category is housing. The next category is feeding and medication. The next one is demand for it. And the next one is per head profit after 1 year. So I'm going to look at the first one. Buying initial stock per head. Now, if you are going to buy a piglet, it's a hybrid piglet, because you can either go for the pure breed, you can go for the hybrid. But the ones most people raise here in Nigeria is the hybrid. So let me use the hybrid as a case scenario. Now the hybrid piglet costs 10,000 naira, and at that cost it weighs 10 kg. Whereas the goats, if you are buying a little goat, you can get a little goat for as low as 5,000 naira. So that's it. Because this video I'm going to talk about like raising one piglet from little to maturity, and you set them off and you look at which one you have more profit from. Now, when it comes to housing, goats just need a shade, whether you use the waterproof shade or whatever. But as far as it will prevent rain from touching their body, because goats hate rain. Rain is a goat's worst enemy. Goats hate water touching their body, and it easily get them sick, which could lead to mortality. So the best you can do is always make sure that your goat has shade, so that even if it finish strolling around and eating, it will still come back to that shade when rain start falling. Now, but for the pigs are naturally aggressive animals. Whatever a pig says that it will do. So you need to always enclose them, or else it will go around spoiling your things, digging ground everywhere. Pigs love to burrow into the soil, so they'll go around burrowing into the soil. So it's always good to confine them in a place where they will be. All they have to do is eat, sleep, and eat and get fat, basically. So you need to confine them in a place. So when it comes to housing, pigs require much more expenses for housing. Unlike goats just need a shade. Whether you use wood, you use concrete, anyone, as far as it's a shade, or even waterproof, or even zinc, all you have to do is make a makeshift shade for them, and they will be comfortable there, as far as to prevent rain from touching them. Now the next thing we are going to look at is feeding versus feeding/medication. Now for pigs, like I always say, require much more attention, because pigs can easily, get, I won't say they can easily get disease, but since they're in a confined area, I think more care should be taken since they're in a confined area. And they require more medication, because when pigs are weaned, they need to be given iron. Goats don't require iron. They already have enough iron in their body. Once in a while, you need to give your pigs antibiotics when they are sick. You need to deworm them. You need to give them deworming medicines. But if you check it out, if you are into it if you are raising goats and pigs, what you have to be sure of that is that you'll be spending more medication on pigs than goats. That's one thing that is sure. Now, on the feeding aspect, if you are raising goats and pigs, goats can survive only on grass, and grass is everywhere. They can easily convert grass and grow on grass alone. Whereas pigs require, feed. You have to buy corn, you have to buy soya beans, you have to buy a lot of things and give them. Goats don't require that unless you just want to give them, but they can grow and do very well purely on grass. So cost of feeding and medication is more on pigs than goats, whereas it's cheaper on goats. Now the next thing is demand. Here in Nigeria, there's more demand for goats, like we all know, because goats, there's no culture or religion that forbids goats. Everyone eats goats. But pigs, we all know that Muslims don't eat pig. So there's more demand for goats than pork. But there's also demand for pork. But you know that goat has more demand because everybody eats goat meat. Now, that's what I'm going to look at is per head profits after 1 year. After 1 year, which one are you going to make more money from? If I bought, okay, here in Nigeria, okay, at my farm, I raise Nigerian draft goats. I raise Nigerian draft goats. So I'm just going to tell you guys from my own experience. So here in Nigeria, what most people raise is, and that's the Sokoto Red, that's the Fulani goat breed, the Fulani Hausa goat breed, or the Nigerian dwarf goat, which is raised mostly in the south. So, but I raise, and there's no much difference between these two goat breeds. You hear that the Sokoto Red grows taller, but if you check their weight, it's almost the same thing at the same age and raised on the same condition. There's no much weight difference. So they're almost the same thing. So if after raising my pig for 1 year, let's assume that if I feed it right within 1 year, it will reach 200 kg. Now for the goats, if I raise them very well, within 1 year, let's say they will reach 25 kg. If I take my goat to the market, I could sell that 25 kg, I could sell it for 20,000 naira. 20,000 naira. Then for that 100 kg pig, I could sell it for 100,000 naira. Now, the two differences here that in pig, I put a lot of money buying feeds, buying medication, buying a lot of supplements for it, because you can't just raise pigs on feed alone. You have to also buy little supplements so that you grow bigger and faster. But if you weigh the price, if you weigh the profit on each, I'm talking from experience. I've raised goats, I've raised pigs for years now. But if you check per head per head profit on each, the problem we have is that goats don't weigh that much. So you are bound to sell them for cheaper price. But pigs weigh this much, so you are bound to sell them for higher price. Now, if I sell them both and I check my expenses, the cost of raising the goats and raising the pigs, there's really no much difference. So if I raise those pigs for 1 year and it weighs 100 kg, and I raise the goat for 1 year and it weighs 25 kg, mind you, in pigs I was spending money buying feed, buying water, buying medication, buying a lot of things, and their feed, that their feed costs a lot of money. Whereas for the goats, I just basically fed it on grass. So from my own experience, I'll tell you that there's a higher profit margin on the goats per head than on a pig per head, because basically on the goats I did not spend anything, and goats don't require much. Get them grass, they'll eat. But pigs, you have to buy feed, transport feed to your farm. You need to pump water and also give them. They have to bathe in the water. There's a lot of things you have to do. So there's more labor in raising a pig than goats. So that is it. So there is more profit per head in raising goats than raising pig. But the problem we now face is that goats here in Nigeria don't weigh that much. If we are able to get boer goats, within 1 year, boer goats should be weighing up to 40 kg or at least 40 kg. So, but we need to improve on our goat breeds here in Nigeria and get them to be able to weigh more, and then that will ensure much more profit in goat farming. That will ensure much more profit in goat farming. So thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next video. And make sure you subscribe, make sure you ask your questions as usual, and let's keep on growing this channel. Thank you.